Alright, again, this is the Omega Seamaster Diver 300 Co-Axial 41mm. The reference number is 212-304120-01033. 003. I know that's a lot to take in. I'll have that on the screen for you. But you're not going to memorize that anyway. Again, it's the 212-304120-01003. All right. First off, what do we have? We have a stainless steel case, 41mm, and this is a diver watch. Of course, we can see by the bezel, and we have the helium escape valve. We have a screw down crown. We have crown guards. Great signs of a diver. And some people believe also when you have a bracelet diver, that's a reason to call the watch a diver. Not necessarily, but sure. And also we have 300 meters of water resistance. That is what makes something a diver. The water resistance, that is the number one. Okay, let's talk about the first thing you see on this watch, the thing you pay attention to, the dial. The dial has numerals represented by these circles. They're actually domed. If you are able to see that, not sure if this camera is picking it up. All right, a little bit closer look. You may be able to see that these circles that are loomed, and they will actually loom in blue, are slightly domed, and I love the way that looks, and they actually sit up much higher than one would think. The sapphire crystal is domed also and is double coated with anti-reflective on the inside and outside. You also will have thick stick markers for 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 9 o'clock. And then at 3 o'clock you have the date window. This watch, though, is a utilitarian watch, a sport watch. It has a job, so it's not it stays with the categories of having all the things going on, but it's not too busy, and it allows it to be a nice watch for all around situation. This will not look crazy in a suit, and this will look great in jeans and a t-shirt, or jeans and a polo shirt. That's what I'm going to wear. The dial, unlike the past 300s, there's no wave pattern, and I think this that looks actually better. I love the wave pattern, but I love the way, especially for black. Black, I would think, would match well with not having the wave pattern. Now the hands are still the traditional hands that you find in the past 300s, and also the second hand is similar. They call these the skeleton hands. I wouldn't call this skeletonized. I would just call them, me personally, the Omega 300 hands, because that is the constant you will have along with its bracelet. It's a constant Omega 300 bracelet, though this is the contemporary version of it, and I'll get back to the bracelet. You have the different printing with the Omega sign that's actually applied in the printing of Seamaster on here in red. I think that does a perfect contrast with the dial also. And then you have the coaxial chronometer and the 300 or 1,000 feet of water resistance printing there also. Anytime you have chronometer written on the watch, that will let you know that it is certified by someone. It doesn't always have to be COSC, because a lot of German watches don't use COSC, but this is actually a COSC certified chronometer. Date window is nice and clear. It's not magnified. I think we'll just leave that to Rolex and let them magnify their date windows. Anytime I see a magnified date window on any other watch, to me it looks silly or cartoonish. is not necessary. This is nice and clear. You can see it. I can see it, no problem. Doesn't need to be magnified, at least for me. And of course, because it's a diver, I went too far, darn it. Because it's a diver's watch, the bezel is unidirectional, one direction, that's it. You don't want to go any other direction, just one. So if it does get hit, you will not be off your time for when you need to surface again if you're actually diving. Okay, let's go to the case. Look at the size of the case. There's a helium release valve. If you know anything about this, it's no need to fiddle with this. Do not mess with this. If the crazy situation, you're actually diving with this watch over 100 meters, and you need to come up, and the watch, if you don't know, the watch will actually explode if you come up too fast, but your body will actually explode too. You will have some serious health problems coming up too fast. But if that does take place, the helium release valve will actually open up on its own. You don't need to do anything to that. You'll just need to screw it back in yourself. You'll have on the crown, you have the crown guards that come in really nicely, and then you have the Omega badging. Get a better look for you there. You'll have the Omega badging on the crown. This bracelet is a contemporary version of the usual 300 Seamaster bracelet. I like it. It's iconic. You may even, a watch person is going to notice this bracelet first before they notice actual which Seamaster you have. I like that. I like that identity on this watch. Again, more Omega badging on the clasp. You got a double trigger clasp. Open it up, nice and easy. And of course you have here the diver's extension. Another must if you have a good diver watch. Of course, this watch is closest it's going to get to diving is when I'm sitting in a hot tub or washing my hands. That's it. It may not even see a hot tub, but it could take a hot tub. One more look. Diver's extension. Another look at the case back. Let me shine that up for you. My nasty fingerprints all over it. It's my watch though, right? All right, let's see it on the wrist. All right, there's the back of the wrist. Now there's the front. This watch fits perfectly for my size wrist. I imagine a larger wrist, it wouldn't look too shabby either. It doesn't have a lot of weight on it, and I like that. It has enough weight on it, just enough weight on it. And if it slides around a little bit, it won't smash my my wrist and my hand where they meet the joint there. I've worn this quite a few times already, and it sits perfectly. It goes under the cuff, no problem. Doesn't fight under the cuff. I didn't do anything you saw there. Even though I'm wearing a sweater, it slides right under there, no problem. And that's one of the bigger things if you want to wear this in a dress situation. You don't want to look too tacky with your watch just stuck under there, sticking out a lot, and that looks tacky when you have that. When it slides under there, that's a little bit of modesty, even though you are slightly showing off. Everybody knows you have most people know you have an expensive watch on your wrist, but you're trying to be modest. That's what it's all about, I guess. As I said before, I love the crown guards, the way the crown guards go into the crown smoothly. I like that. I like the height, not being a high level it will go under the sleeve really nicely, and that also adds to the weight of this watch. It's not a lot of weight behind this watch, though I do like to have a little bit of weight, and then the weight of this bracelet, the weight of the bracelet really counteracts and counter is a good counterweight to the weight of the watch case. And of course, just the Omega look. This is an iconic Omega watch. I've always wanted this watch. I've always thought of this watch when you think Omega, and a lot of people think of this watch when you think Omega, and that's what I like about this watch also. If anything I don't like about this watch, take a closer look. It is the second hand movement. That is due to the 25,200 beats per hour rather than the 28,800 beats per hour you will find in most three-hand watches. But if that's the worst thing about this watch, I think I have a pretty good watch. All right, guys, I'm almost out of time. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, by all means, leave a comment. And I do recommend this watch highly. I'm Charles Walhingford. It's not how I would spend my money. This is exactly how I have spent my money.